Let's talk about funding faith. We're diving into the really surprising history of the tithe. Every group has to figure out how to pay the bills, right? From casual to compulsory.
You get these different models. So where does the church fit into all this?
Well, the whole story really kicks off with a model built for a theocratic nation. This was a whole system set up to support the Levites, the priests who had no land. But then came the Babylonian exile, and the whole system just fell apart. People stopped giving.
And the prophet Malachi did not hold back. He straight up accused them of robbing God. But with that tough rebuke came a pretty radical promise of restoration. The deal was support the temple and God would open the floodgates of heaven for your crops.
Fast forward to after Jesus, and the early church did something totally different.
But over the centuries, that spirit of voluntary giving, well, it became a compulsory law. I mean, for over 1,000 years, the tithe was basically a state tax. Then, bam, separation of church and state in the 1800s hits, creating a massive money problem.
So in the 1880s, an idea from the business world popped up to solve it. A businessman named Thomas Paine said tithing wasn't just old law, it was a universal moral law.
And that idea got supercharged later by the prosperity gospel movement, which really leaned on Malachi. Suddenly, tithing is framed as a transaction, a way to get blessings and protection from God. Which brings us to today. With all that history, how are we supposed to think about giving?
And what we find are two totally different models, the compulsory tithe versus what Paul taught. See, for Paul, it wasn't about a rule. It was all about what's in your heart.
This is the crucial shift, right? From being a taxpayer to becoming a partner in the mission. So it all comes down to this. Are we just trying to satisfy a law or truly partner with a mission?